Genesis mining stopped paying yet again. Okay, so let's get into it. My name is Micro Kubera. Welcome to the video today. And yeah, our good old friends over at Genesis Mining hit another one out of the ballpark today. As you can see, I'm dressed up half professional because why not? Let's get into it. Stay tuned and yeah, living the dream. Woo! Alright, so as it focuses in here, let's get into it. Genesis Mining. Oh man, another good old day. Sunny, beautiful in paradise. Check it out, check it out. Oh yeah. Actually, it's kind of rainy. So, oh, and that is not what I wanted to show you guys. It is the next tab. I did actually, I forgot to pay for hosting for one of my websites. And it was a little bit late. It's the 17th. And it was due the 26th of last month, so like whatever, you know. Hey, at least it was paid. But anyways, we got Genesis Mining here. Genesis Mining day 4, no payout makes it frustrating. We're on Steam, by the way, where I do have an account. If you haven't checked it out already, we got a plug. Actually, I'm just kidding because I wanted to do like a Jerry Banfield there. Tony over here. The most frustrating part of Genesis Mining is we have no idea when we'll receive the payouts, and it is very irregular in timing. This is not the first time this has happened. This is not the second time it has happened. And, well, yeah, it's a little bit interesting what's going on with Genesis Mining because, you know what's been going on recently? Have you been checking the cryptocurrency news out there? Well, okay, so we've had Bitcoin fall a little bit. We've had Ethereum. We've had the market caps in general go from nearly $170 billion to $120 billion. It's just a correction. It's nothing to freak out about. However, the average person or whoever runs these companies are like, oh my goodness. You know why? Because these companies could be schemes. They could have financial problems, which means even though they're promising a lot of good things, that's why they're not paying out. That's why they have a lot of these problems. We're actually going to try and move it a little bit, which would be better for you guys. Because I want my eyes to be, you want to see my eyes? There we go. Okay, so let's go back to this, which was I was anxious to see the actual amount of payouts versus the mining calculators after my additional purchase, so it was a lot of time wasted pressing the refresh button because you know what? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. My favorite little comment is this one. Get used to it. Yeah, wow, that's fantastic. That's like a Comcast type of deal or flying Ryanair. Fantastic. Get used to it. This is perfectly normal over at Genesis Mining, and there's other cloud mining companies following suit, so this is kind of something to get excited about. Yeah, Genesis has become garbage with no support and no care about clients. It has been 4 months. 4 months with no Ethereum payout in Steam, and over 30 days, no one gets back about a ticket. Oh, so this is kind of a competition between Genesis Mining and Poloniex. Now, Poloniex was fantastic. Some people had waited up to 4 or 5 months to get a ticket response. The longest I personally waited with Poloniex was 5 weeks for a ticket response, and I had to make a second ticket to get the first ticket's response, which the second ticket wasn't immediate anyways. It was like a week. But anyways, so that is quite awesome. Over 30 days, no one gets back to you. I'm waiting for an answer for 60 days now. Have not gotten a single Steam so far. I just have 5 megahertz ether, but should have received quite some. I lost count over time. I have only 1 megahertz of ether. Just wanted to see the test waters, but he has a little bit higher with Steam, and as he said up here, there is no payouts in Steam. A little bit interesting. And then Tony's actual comment, because these are just other people who are interested. The irregular payout of Genesis needs to be fixed. Their support is horrible or non-existent. I bought 2 Monero contracts. So all 3 of these individuals are not pleased with Genesis Mining. But these are just 3 random guys from Steam. Obviously, they're biased, right? And me, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I've never invested in Genesis Mining. I'm just a crypto YouTuber who uses a phone to record my videos. So obviously I cannot be trusted. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, okay, well, if you're still curious about, well, throwing down like 5,000 bucks and seeing it burn in Genesis Mining, seeing the Genesis Mining CEO get a nice Porsche, well, let's go over to their Facebook page, which, by the way, is awesome, great, nice graphics. I don't really get the color scheme, but like, whatever, you know, that's up to them. So they are doing a fantastic job with promoting, because, you know, they have a lot of cash, so why not? Okay, Genesis Mining billboards say Jamie Dimon is right. By the way, for those who aren't really familiar with what's going on, Dimon, JP Morgan Chase CEO, he called Bitcoin a fraud, and that's kind of interesting coming from a banker. But, so, I just want to point out that Genesis Mining has quite a bit of cash. They've paid for a billboard that literally says, "You're right, Jamie." And yeah, that's an interesting purchase there. I just want to kind of look at this. So we got some people who are laughing, but these are the top comments. So if we look at the most recent stuff, and sorry, it's Jamie Dimon on the phone. Hello. Oh, Bitcoin called. It wants to rise back up to $5,000. Sorry, guys. Still not getting my pending payouts from Mr. Malhotra here. From Varun, it is very painful. No one responded for our support ticket, and I'm not getting paid any single XMR in the last 2 months. 2 months. Oh boy. So we're having some interesting stuff. Let's look at the replies. Maybe Genesis Mining replied to this. Nope, Chase over here. Same here, 31 plus days, have no payouts for Ether. Let's actually look at what's going on here. So we got the actual screenshot from their website. 31 days, 9 hours. So it's approaching 32 days. Awesome. Chase over here says, your website claims my 0.05 Ethereum was sent to my wallet, yet it never was. You can check the wallet balance and see that it's still at 0.0. Here's my wallet. Please fix your website and stop letting people buy in right now if all of it is broken. So Chase is not too pleased. And let's look at the replies under Varun. Not really sure what that translates to, but I'm guessing Jai is also having some interesting problems. Let's look at some more comments, because these are just a couple more individuals who, whatever, they must hate Genesis Mining or something. Atif, hi, I'm missing payments for an Ethereum contract. I've submitted 3 tickets and have not received a single response to any about them. What's confusing the matter what further, oh gosh, the grammar, is that in the payouts tab, you say you've paid out at certain times with a transaction ID. When you click on the transaction ID, it turns out to be an invalid transaction. Are you able to get someone to follow up on this matter? Genesis Mining, says Bruce, because the other guys had foreign names, so like we can't trust foreigners. They have no idea what they're doing. Bruce over here, it has been 90 days since I made the payment by credit card and my Bitcoins were not released. It should take 32 days, but 90 days have already passed and nothing. I need it urgently of something that is mine. By the way, for any of these HYPs or investment programs that maybe they are high yield, but they're still a little bit sketchy, some of them do allow credit cards. It's not like it's all Bitcoin. Bitcoin, you can't charge back. Credit cards and debit cards, if you are investing into a site which doesn't work, you can charge back even if it is 90 days, because I think they have, let's say my bank, for example. Speaking of JP Morgan, I actually like Chase. That's my bank. I like Chase. That's one of my banks. That's my main bank. And nothing against Chase. Maybe the CEO is not a big fan of Bitcoin, but personally they've helped me out a lot of times with chargebacks, and I've had some certain contracts and just stuff where it was like, sometimes you send money to somebody and they lie, or you know, they try and defraud you. So at least your bank's there for most cases. I've never lost a chargeback before. And with Bitcoin, unfortunately, well, it depends how you look at it. From one side, it's good because for a merchant, there is no chance of charging back. So you take full responsibility once you send in a payment that you will never be able to charge back, get a refund pretty much. And there's this weird thing with trust with merchants. So I don't know exactly how we're going to get past that barrier, because trusting a merchant to send back the money for something that can sort of be, well, it's not untraceable, but it is a lot harder to trace than debit cards, and there is a paper trail, but you know, it's still kind of unregulated, and some merchants are not doing the best thing out there for their customers. Anyways, so we think about that, and just keep that in mind for certain stuff that you are able to charge back. If I were in, let's say, Bruce's case, if he did indeed pay by credit card, I would charge back, and like whatever, you know, no money lost at that point. But for the other guys, yikes. When will you open new Bitcoin contracts, Amarida is asking, which is kind of interesting because Genesis Mining responded to this. This is the same date. You see September 13th, and we will let you know as soon as possible. Genesis Mining finally responded to Atran. Haven't received support for 10 days. Hi, we apologize for the situation. Our customer service agents will reach out to you as soon as possible. Are you kidding me? That's the actual company that said that. But yeah, so a lot of these guys are pretty much saying for weeks or months they haven't been receiving payouts, and Genesis Mining is getting overwhelmed. That's, no matter how you look at it, it is a fact that Genesis Mining is overwhelmed. Even if they're fully legitimate, even if they have the cash to pay for everything, they're getting overwhelmed, and their website isn't working sometimes, their servers aren't working sometimes, their payments are messed up, their support staff isn't, maybe they're working, but you know, their support tickets are not getting responded to, and the customers of Genesis Mining are losing their trust. Genesis Mining's reputation is going down, and a lot of people are upset. They want their money back with Genesis Mining, and I'm quite not sure what's going to happen here next. However, this is an interesting case to look at, so I guess we'll just have to see what's going to happen with these guys. But if you're watching this video and you were curious about investing into cloud mining, well, this is just an interesting example to look into. For anybody who's curious about HYIPs, just please keep in mind that you're most likely going to throw your money away. And, you know, if you are into that stuff, I do have another channel about that where it's literally just the mentality like, oh, it's kind of like playing the lottery. Don't think of it as an actual investment, because this stuff is not to be trusted. Anyways, what do you guys think about this? What do you think about Genesis Mining? Is their reputation gone for good? My name is Mike Kubera. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm sure if I kept reading more and more through this, it would not be pretty good. Also, on their Twitter, we did check. Well, I checked before, where their Twitter hasn't really updated about it was talking about the JP Morgan Chase thing again, which, just keep that in mind. Genesis Mining isn't able to pay out people, but they're able to purchase weird billboards. Okay, cool. Not that that is expensive, but this isn't like a 1 or 2 or 3 type person deal. It's like probably hundreds or thousands of clients are experiencing issues with a company that keeps growing and growing, and slowly it's beginning to fall. At least it looks like that. And this, again, isn't the first time. It's not the second time. It's not even the third time, I don't think, when, you know, they haven't been able to pay out, and there's been issues for the past couple months. So the future, I don't know, and especially now with Bitcoin at $3,500, if they are going through financial troubles, which we've been assuming that, you know, hey, maybe everything's fine. If they are going through financial troubles, this could be a big scheme. Anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.